Country versus country gold comparison. Now let's go deeper into the numbers. We already talked about the top countries with the largest gold reserves. But now, let's compare them side by side to truly understand the difference. Let's start with the top three. 1. United States to 8,133 tons. America holds more gold than any other country. More than a quarter of its gold is stored in Fort Knox, one of the most secure places on Earth. America's gold reserve is so huge that even if the second-place country doubled its gold, it still wouldn't catch the U.S. too. Germany, 3,352 tons. Germany holds less than half of what the U.S. has. Most of Germany's gold was kept in the U.S. and France for safety during the Cold War. Today, Germany still keeps much of its gold abroad for global trade security. 3. Italy, 2,452 tons. Italy has economic challenges, but its massive gold reserve helps stabilize its banking system. Italy's gold is a silent shield for the country's economy. Now let's compare these three. The U.S. has more than Italy and Germany combined. Germany has more gold than any Asian country. Italy holds more gold than the UK, China, and Japan. These three countries alone hold nearly 14,000 tons of gold. That is almost 7% of all the gold ever mined in history. European gold power. Europe has the highest concentration of gold reserves in the world. Here's the combined gold of major European countries. Germany, 3,352 tons. Italy, 2,452 tons. France, 2,436 tons. Switzerland, 1,040 tons. Netherlands, 612 tons. Poland, 359 tons. Austria, 280 tons. Just these few countries together hold more than 10,500 tons of gold. That means Europe, as a region, has more gold stored than Asia and Africa combined. So the question is, why does Europe have so much gold? Because European countries were wealthy for centuries due to trade, colonies, and early banking systems. They built strong central banks and collected gold long before other regions. Gold became their safety net, their financial insurance, and their economic weapon. Asia's growing gold reserves. Asia is rising fast. Countries like China and India are increasing their gold reserves every single year. China, 2,262 tons. China is the world's largest gold producer and also one of the biggest buyers of gold. China's central bank buys gold quietly to reduce dependence on the U.S. dollar. Many experts believe China's real gold numbers may be higher than officially reported. India, 827 tons. India's government owns a lot of gold, but the people of India own much, much more. When households are included, India becomes the largest gold-holding nation in the world. Japan, 846 tons. Japan keeps gold as part of its stable economic strategy. It helps protect the yen during global uncertainty. South Korea, 104 tons. South Korea has been increasing gold reserves steadily as part of financial resilience planning. Asia is slowly catching up, but it still has less official gold than Europe or North America. Middle Eastern gold reserves. The Middle East is rich in oil, but many countries are now moving toward gold as a long-term wealth protection strategy. Turkey, 552 tons. Turkey buys gold aggressively to protect itself from inflation and currency weakness. Saudi Arabia, 323 tons. Saudi Arabia uses gold to support its economic transition away from oil dependency. United Arab Emirates to 72 tons. The UAE is one of the world's biggest gold trading hubs. Dubai's gold market is famous globally. Most of the gold here is held by private investors and not the government. Qatar, 93 tons. Qatar buys gold steadily to strengthen its sovereign wealth. In the Middle East, the culture of gold is extremely strong. People buy gold jewelry, coins, and bars for weddings, savings, and investments. Private gold ownership is much higher than government gold holdings. Africa's gold landscape. Africa is one of the richest places in the world when it comes to gold underground. But many African nations do not have large gold reserves in their central banks. Why? Because most of the gold is exported to Europe, China, the UAE, and India. But in terms of underground gold, Africa is extremely rich. Here are the top African gold producers. South Africa. Ghana, Sudan, Mali, Burkina Faso. South Africa was once the world's #1 gold producer for many decades. Even today, Africa produces more than 600 tons of gold each year, but the gold does not stay there. Most of it is sold abroad. This is why African countries have small official gold reserves compared to Europe or America. South America and gold. South America also has large gold deposits and many active mines. Brazil produces around 100 tons of gold yearly and has more than 130 tons in national reserves. Peru is one of the largest gold producers in the world and rich in mineral resources. Venezuela holds more than 161 tons of gold but faces major economic challenges. Argentina has moderate gold reserves and continues to explore new mining regions. South America has huge underground gold wealth, but political challenges and mining regulations have slowed development in many countries. How much gold do banks and investors hold? Gold is not only held by governments. Banks, financial institutions, and private investors own huge amounts of gold. Global investors hold around 45,000 tons of gold. This includes gold ETFs, gold bars and coins, gold in vaults, private collections, billionaire wealth protection, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds. Gold ETFs, exchange-traded funds, hold tens of thousands of tons on behalf of investors. This means that ordinary people also own a big part of the world's gold supply through financial markets. The future of gold prices. Nobody can accurately predict exact gold prices in the future. But we can study the trends. Globally, as inflation rises and currencies weaken, gold prices usually go up. As digital money grows and the world becomes more uncertain, gold becomes more important. As mining becomes harder and slower, gold becomes more rare. And when a resource becomes rare, its value increases. Some experts believe gold could rise significantly in the next 10 to 20 years because global populations are increasing. Mining is slowing down. Central banks are buying more. Countries want independence from the US dollar. People trust gold during instability. New technology keeps requiring tiny amounts of gold. Wealthy investors use gold to protect assets. Gold will always have ups and downs, but its long-term history shows one clear trend. Gold grows in value over time. Gold mining in the future will not be the same as today's mining. As easy gold disappears, companies will explore deeper underground. Remote Arctic regions, ocean floors, desert mountains, new African deposits, unmined areas in Asia. Satellite technology for exploration. Some companies are even discussing mining gold from asteroids. Yes, real asteroids in outer space. Scientists have already discovered asteroids containing millions of tons of gold and other rare metals. But this technology is extremely expensive and still far into the future. Until then, Earth's gold supply remains limited, and limited supply always creates high value. What happens if countries sell all their gold? Some people wonder, what if countries suddenly sold all their gold? Would gold lose value? The answer is no. It would actually gain value. Because if countries tried to sell quickly, it would show fear, instability, and lack of confidence in fiat currencies. People would panic and buy gold even more. Gold survives because it is trusted by people, not just governments. Even if central banks sold gold, private investors would buy it immediately. Gold has millions of buyers in every part of the world, and gold has demand in jewelry, technology, and investment. No matter what governments do, gold will always be valuable. Final thoughts. The true value of gold. So now, after understanding everything, the history, the mining, the countries, the technology, the psychology, and the global economy. Let's answer the big question: how much gold exists in the world? There are about 208,000 tons of gold above ground, 50,000 tons of gold left underground, 258,000 tons total gold on Earth, and all of it could fit into one giant cube smaller than a building. That's how rare gold truly is. And when we compare countries, we learn something important. Gold is not just wealth. Gold is strategy. Gold is security. Gold is protection. Gold is independence. Gold is stability. Countries store gold to protect their future. People buy gold to protect their families. Banks buy gold to protect their economies. Investors buy gold to protect their wealth. Gold is not disappearing from human life. It is becoming more important with every generation. And as mining becomes harder and global instability rises, gold will continue to shine brighter than ever. This is how much gold exists in the world. And this is why gold will always remain one of the most important treasures on planet Earth.